Hey everybody, it is Elsid932 on YouTube. Thank you for joining me. This is episode 9 of Love is Blind Minnesota. Just hit that like, please. Thank you so much. So let's get into episode 9, because I feel like I should name this entire section 7, 8, and 9 Justice for Daniel. Y'all gonna get tired of me saying this Justice for Daniel, okay? He said it was Short King season, and guess what? Daniel is coming through. Daniel is coming through, and we're going to start again with Taylor and Daniel. They go meet his family. What I appreciate is that they take their shoes off at the door. Okay, Taylor, you knew the assignment. Take the shoes off at the door. So she tells them, she loves how he words things, how he affirms her. The mom believes, in this because remember, Daniel's sister is blind. She was born blind. And I think this was really good because of their experience having a child who is blind who still finds love in the world. I think it helped them understand and kind of absorb the entire experience. You take away one sensory doesn't mean that you can't love and find love. So I'm thinking this is an unfair advantage for Daniel and his family. So the mom says she's happy with the experience for Daniel and also for the woman he may find, because it allows him to let somebody in and that woman will find someone as well. And he doesn't let a lot of people in. Daniel, why is that? Think we're going to find out a little bit later. I don't know why, but Daniel, you're not letting folks in. What is it? I'm kind of getting the whole Alex thing, probably, bullied as a child, but I don't know. So Rachel, his sister, said that this is encouraging because it's her life. They've basically experienced her life of not seeing the people that she loves or fall in love with. I think that was very beautiful. It was awesome. Taylor does tell us that her family's taking longer to warm up, okay? And it's been difficult for her. She's trying to be patient. Her parents have been together since they were 14, 15. They've been knowing each other since high school, y'all. So I can get that. It's like, how you gonna meet somebody, a stranger that we ain't never met, and you in love in 3 weeks? So his dad said, yes, it's an unorthodox process, but guess what? Maybe it is God's will. And I think that's probably where the parents are coming from. This is their faith, is, that this is in good hands. So his parents seem very genuine, very authentic. They approve. They do have reservations about it, but they approve. And the song that's played is I Got You. Hey, I'm hoping that, Taylor and Daniel have each other. David and Lauren, she takes him to a cycle class with her two friends. And Lauren said that she's usually a third wheel in their relationship, so I'm thinking these two girlfriends are in relationship with each other, because it wasn't very clear. Do they have other relationships and she's usually the third wheel between those two relationships? It wasn't clear to me, but hey. So he said he never felt so uncoordinated. It's not enough room on the bike. He can't really stretch out. It was very hard. He tells them it was very hard. And I agree with you there, David. And I'm like, Taylor, y'all are having some challenges. Though cycling is something you enjoy, he has expressed he doesn't do these kinds of classes for a reason. I wouldn't be taking him to anything that he may feel uncomfortable with. I'll be trying to smooth sail stuff. Understand this is your comfort zone, but we didn't need to film and have him there, but, that's just me. But David, it also sounds like you complaining. You're spending time with your girl, it sounds like you complaining. This is leaving room for Molly to step in. Y'all, I'm going to leave that caveat all the time. Lauren said it's good. It's been getting better, okay? And things have not, gotten bad, but it's a lot to juggle, okay? So David said it's been, his friends and family that he has to convince about this. And we gonna learn more, y'all. We gonna get deeper later. But what he said, he does not know what's real and what's not. That's his thing. He doesn't know who to believe. Lauren or the dude that she was seen with, like, Friday before she went on the flight on Sunday for the experiment. So the friend says, Lauren just happened to match on Hinge with this guy. If she was serious about this guy, he would have hung out with them. They really didn't date. So, okay, this booty call, ladies, is this what it is? This dude was a booty call? The friend says the guy wants to be on TV. He is sad about himself. And David is like, yeah, but the timeline ain't that good. Yeah, it ain't settling with me. And the friend also says it's not an ideal timeline. So what is an ideal timeline? And I'm like, why are we getting defensive? And why are we deflecting? He has legitimate concerns about a woman he's planning to marry. Why are we coming at him? So the friend said that they hung out before the show. Okay. And David's friend said that Lauren hung out with the dude before the show. And the friend said she was with us. Ladies, like we expect you to say anything different. We're not going to think you're going to say anything. Oh, she wasn't with us. Come on. This is not groundbreaking proof. David said, oh, would she have told me if my friends didn't spill the beans? Because this is valuable information. Okay? So the friends are like, have you been on dating apps? Have you not been flirting at the bars? I'm like, ooh, okay, these are good friends. They're fighting hard for the girl. They're fighting hard for Lauren. And I guess David needs to hear this because he probably hearing Lauren all the time. He needs to hear another voice. So he said, hey, he's trying to figure it out. Lauren shares that she has cried every time they've talked about it, and she's crying then. She's quietly crying. And David said his friends are trying to protect him because they know the guy pretty well. Okay? Lauren, I feel for you crying silently about this, but this is something that needs to be cleared up. Truly, if the shoe was on the other foot, if we knew David saw a woman Friday before he left for the show on Sunday, we would be roasting him. Roasting him. So, par for the course, Lauren. Equal opportunity. So, ladies, let's cut the bull. Why is Lauren meeting up with folks from Hinge or flirting at the bar on Friday before she gets on a plane on Sunday? But that's your friend. So I understand what you're getting at, but why is she meeting up with anybody that she's had a relationship with or whatever with right before she goes on a plane? I'm sorry. It sounds like you're trying to clean up on aisle one, and it ain't a good cleanup. So first they say they never hung out with him. Now they're saying he's in it for fame and TV. I thought y'all don't know this guy. So how do you know whether he's for fame or TV? Or are you just parroting what Lauren told you? This person has a legitimate question. David has a legitimate question. Are you here for me? Is this going to come back on me? Because you saw this person. They have questions on how his friends know the truth. Well, how do you know the truth? His friends has a direct contact with that guy. Yes. You have direct contact with Lauren. Yes. We got to whittle through all of this, ladies. It can't just be one-sided. Don't be defensive because David has questions. He has questions that you would have if the shoe was on the other foot. Let's cut the bull. I mean, really. Lauren says she needs him to trust her. They get his doubts, but he needs to toss it aside and trust her. What? He needs to what? He needs to toss his doubts aside and just trust her. He's going to marry her. This is going to be his wife. He has to trust her. They're going to be mingling more. You can't just set that aside. 2 days ago, you were with an ex. David is very good at that. He's like, hey, this is good. He's hearing more context. He understands. Lauren says she feels helpless in this, doesn't know what else he needs to trust her. He said, hey, he's just trying to block out all the noise and figure it out, but he has to take stuff in to figure it out. She said she needs to talk to the biggest voices in his head. And he says, hey, I just want to believe it. I do want to believe it. Okay? Y'all, again, if this was a man, we would roast him. Why are you meeting up with women you were with or meeting up with anybody 2 days before you leave for the experiment? If we go back to, I believe it was Seattle, where we saw Uche and Lydia, if they had met 2 days before the experiment, we would be roasting them. I'm sorry. Y'all, Lauren, this is the mess you made. And you're going to have to deal with the cleanup. I'm sorry. The song they play is Forget About the Consequences. Because Lauren, you meeting up with these consequences. We see Virginia and Devin. We go to his family. We meet his mom, his dad, his brother, his sister. Really nice family. Seems really, really nice. But the mom is real open, but the dad looks skeptical. Daddy's like, I'm just watching. Now, in the past, we have seen the vocal moms be very authoritarian and control, and like dads feel like they couldn't speak, or it felt like. I didn't say it was, felt like. But in this, Devin's mom seems so open, so refreshing. The dad is like, you talk while I watch. It seemed like a partnership and nothing too overbearing. But I saw dad is just, I'm watching y'all. He's hearing his wife. He's hearing his other kids, but he just watching. I just loved the camera pan into that. Virginia tells him about her. She says they were very vulnerable in the pods. We didn't see it from you, Virginia. So we're going to trust it that the cameras just didn't show your vulnerable side, okay? Mom agrees that they are strong in their faith, and she's so happy that Virginia is strong in hers as well. And Virginia does share her parents are supportive. And that kind of eased some of the tension in the room because they don't know if her family is as supportive because they know nothing about her. So the sister asked about kids. Well, since Virginia, you older, sis, as a fellow lady, I would have liked that question to be asked a little more gently. Okay, a little gently. Say, hey, y'all are planning to have kids. The clock is ticking a little bit louder. What what timeline are y'all talking about? So Virginia does share that she has looked into freezing her eggs and doing whatever it takes to have their family. The brother asks about 50-50. Hey, Virginia said yes. They're 50-50 on things more than just financially. They have to do, Devin says, what makes sense for their family and their household. So Virginia said, hey, they're 50-50. She's willing to work with him, do whatever it makes sense for their family. So they're kind of on one accord. So they're looking at 50-50 as beyond finances, which I've always said that. It's beyond finance. It doesn't just take money to run the household. It's needed, but it's not only money. And so whatever works for your household is good for you because it might not be good for mine. So brother asked about merging their finances. She's like, hey, we talked about it. I liked how Virginia and Devin, we talk about deflection, but they kind of like, hey, we've talked about it. We've worked it out. This is how it's going to be me and my household. This is how it's going to run without being, too argumentative or combative, I would say. I hate using that word, but it seemed like a flowing conversation. So she mentions prenup, and the room gets quiet. Like, hello? Hello? Is anybody there? Is the family still here? It got quiet, and we got still. Mom asked, okay, what if he lost his job? What if he got sick? She knows folks who have left partners when these things happen. So Virginia said, hey, she has been there when there was less of a relationship. So in a marriage, she is all in. Loved her answer. Virginia, you are giving me the answers. I didn't hear much from you in the pods, but you are giving me a lot more responses here. And I'm like, okay, I see how y'all blend. I see how y'all work. Let's see. I want to see y'all in a challenge next. I want to see how y'all get through a challenge. So the brother says, are you willing to take care of our parents when they get old? So she says, yes, it's about family. But bro, here's where I was. It's three of y'all. Why is Devin the responsible person for the parents? Bro, there's you, your sister, and Devin. So y'all could work it out. It's not only Devin's responsibility. Virginia, if I were you, I'd talk to Devin on the ride home in the car. But I'm not in your household. Like, okay, what is the plan for taking care of your parents? Are your siblings going to share it, or is it all on you? So Devin, says that what she has said has always been supportive. Mom is excited for them. Devin has a soft heart like her, but stubborn. Where's the stubborn part? I need to see it. But she does give blessings, okay? Dad said, if you happy, I'm happy. See, Dad, come through, Dad. Dad ain't got much to say, but Dad is saying what he needs to say. If you happy, I'm happy. Let's get on with this. So they go to meet the other family member, which is a pig called Pico. Okay, y'all. I don't eat. I don't eat bacon or anything, pig related. But I certainly wouldn't call a pig a family member. So I leave grace here. So my family members don't sleep outside. But the pig has his own quarters, fenced in quarters outside, and they go see, and Virginia's happy, thinks the pig is cute. Hey, you happy? I'm happy. I'm taking Devin's dad's line. You happy? I'm happy. So the mom, dad, Devin, and his sister are there. So mom says she likes her. Okay. Sister said the prenup makes her nervous. People think, who think like this think it won't work. Sis, I understand where you're coming from, but the prenup also protects Devin's assets. Okay. And even if it doesn't work out, it protects Devin's assets as well, his interests as well. Come on, sis. Come on. It will have all the stuff you're thinking about. Hey, let me. I don't think it's gonna resonate with the sister, so I'm gonna hold it right there. Devin talks about what they said. He's like, it's more with the day and age. So, sis is still upset about this prenup, and I'm like, this is proactive. They may never need it, but it's better to have it and not need it than need it and don't have it. They can have a post up even, but you better go into this early before you say vows as to what is expected. Sarah and Ben, they go meet with his friends. They talk about what they wanted. His friend, I was at first like, why is she so intently on Sarah? But the friend says that, hey, she has a girlfriend, so she understands Sarah's support of her sister. And then they said, oh, look at her. She did a gay drop. What is a gay drop? I laughed. I had to watch that 5 times, y'all. What is a gay drop? Just the fact that she dropped that she was gay. Y'all, that was so funny how that happened. Y'all have got to see that moment. The other friend is agnostic, and she knows that faith can be a deal breaker in a relationship, so they should, work that out. They they also said it's unfair to say love is blind when the both of them are hot. Too funny. Monica and Joey. Monica dumps Joey's clean laundry on the floor so they can fold it while sitting on the floor. I'm with Joey. Don't put my clean clothes on the floor. I don't care how clean the floor is. I'm sorry. Y'all can get on me for this or whatever. I'm with Joey. Don't put my clean laundry on the floor to fold it. I even put it on the couch because you know what? Shoes ain't on the couch. Nothing's on. I would take putting it on the couch, put it on a coffee table, single chair, fold it. Don't fold it on my countertop either. But hey, that's just me. That's just me. But that's Joey too. Joey is folding it, taking it from the basket, folding it on the coffee table, and he is stacking it there. And Joey, yes, I got the retail fold too. I need my shirts and stuff folded like it's in retail, like it's in a retail store. I'm with you, Joey. Maybe I got some OCD. Dag, Joey, you're making me kind of look inward. So Joey says, everything is great with everyone but her sister. But, why doesn't she like me? It's fine. She's like, oh, the sister needs to like you. And Joey's like, did I give her a reason? I need some feedback. She's like, no, she's just tough on anyone. And Joey's like me, she's never liked anyone? No one is good enough for you? And Monica says, no. He's like, is there some jealousy there? Because it sounds like some unresolved issues. Come through, Joey. I was thinking the same thing. Come through. There's sounds like some unresolved issues. And Monica is silent. It could be editing. Could be editing. Joey's like, yeah, he'll talk with her sister, but the 2 sisters, they gotta talk and resolve their issues. He says, it's serious, but it won't make or break his relationship. What I heard from Joey is, hey, it's serious, but I'll still be with you. Whether your sister like it or not, that's on her. We got a good relationship. So it's 15 days till the wedding. Ooh, Lord, 15 days. Taylor and Daniel, they go meet her parents. Okay, I was hoping we meet her parents. Whew, it is here. It is time. And he brought flowers for her mom. And apparently his parents are coming later, which I like that too. Since her parents were so uncomfortable, don't just bring Daniel. bring the tree that his fruit fell from. Bring his parents too, which I thought was absolutely amazing. And y'all, we see why Taylor ain't got a problem with Daniel's height. Her dad is the same height. Her dad and Daniel are the same height. And I was like, okay, Taylor, my reservations about this short king stuff, I get it. So when Daniel starts talking to the mom, okay, he starts talking to the dad actually, and then say, "Hey, I know bringing a stranger." Mom is like, "Dad's fine. You got to worry about me." Mom, mom stepped up and said, "Ooh, I'm the one you got to butter up to." And Taylor tells us that Dad's all in because of his cancer treatments and his cancer process and everything. Dad's just happy to be here to be a part of her life and this new milestone, the wedding. So he says, hey, Daniel hopes they will give him a chance to prove that he does love their daughter. And the parents never saw the show, and apparently Daniel saying neither did he. Daniel, anyone who comes on this show knows they're coming on this show, and they say they've never seen the show. I'm kind of, it's out there. Daniel, I'm hoping you say you never saw the show before you were recruited. But we realized he was recruited. The show reached out to him. Mom says, hey, this process is crazy. You don't go get engaged and not tell me. These moments are priceless, and she feels left out. So, okay, Mom, we're getting exactly how you feel. I'm loving it. Taylor's like, hey, we told you as soon as we could it was the boundaries of the show. She said when she was dating, she was quick to ask their opinions all the time and not trust her gut. So I'm wondering, y'all, let me know in the comments. Based on what Taylor has said, the show may be great to let folks make their own decisions without influence from parents or friends so that they can trust their own gut. Maybe their gut ain't to be trusted. Maybe they learn something, but they learn to stand on their own 2 feet and make lifelong decisions. What are your thoughts? That's what I got from Taylor, okay? I'm warming up to Taylor, and I'm like, you didn't have, the wall to lean on. That's your parents that you always go into them. But now that you've learned so much, you're in your late 20s, early 30s. Now that you've learned so much, now it's time to apply it. And the show gives you that chance. That's just my positive spin on it. Des is amazed that she got 3 weeks and survived without her phone. Now, Dad, if that ain't telling us enough, that is like, forget about you found love, but you survived without your cell phone? And they had a good little chuckle. And Taylor said she never felt more safe and loved. They all were crying emotionally. And Mom was like, let's get to the point. I need grandkids. And Dad was like, yes, he about that life. He wants a family. And then his parents arrive. Okay? His parents go, knock, knock, knock. They meet. They talk. It was a wonderful meet up, shaking hands, everybody smiling and talking. And her parents have been married for 50 years. Y'all, 50. Wow. His parents have been married for 34 years. Wow. So long-standing marriages. Her mother says they don't do divorce in their family. His parents do the same sentiment. Daniel said it's not an option in his mind. Now, his mom made great statement, great statement, like I was thinking. His mom said, as your kids become adults, you can encourage, you can support them, but you got to trust in their decisions. It'll be hard. Dad piped in, it's going to be hard. And they're like, agreed, yes. She's like, but we weren't there in the pods. We did not share their experience. We don't know how they formed this connection, but we got to trust that they know what they're doing. So his dad said, Taylor mentioned that Daniel is a very soft landing for her, and he's proud of that. And he said he's proud of that because he is very intense. And I'm guessing he doesn't think himself as a soft landing, but I bet if he asked the mom, Daniel's mom, you may need to tell him he's your soft landing. He may not see it as a parent. The landing is different for the kids as opposed to your partner. So, Mom, I hope you all had that lovely conversation on the way home. But they all tear up. They said, hey, both parents are there. They are encouraging, they're uplifting. They know they will provide support. His mom says, between the 4 of us, we could totally help them succeed. I love this scene. Y'all are talking about this season is bland. Y'all talking about this season ain't got anything to give us. I am loving the supportive scene with both parents in the room. This is what I've been looking for in Love is Blind and everything that we're finding people heading to the altar. It's really hard for the parents to understand, and it's really great to have both parents in the room, the, the two adults in the room, I almost said kids, but have them in the room talking, showing support, because both parents don't know the other family. So I'm sure this conversation went on way longer, and I'm sure they were all like, okay, we can see this. We can see this happening. We can totally support them. And you could say definitively, I think the person come from good people. They come from good people because you were there. I'm sure the parents are going to be really, really, really supportive. So um, Daniel sits down with her parents. He said it was weird proposing to someone without meeting their family first and asking for permission. So he does ask for permission. It was very eloquently done. They both do give their permission wholeheartedly. And he said he will just try to love her the best he can. And dad does thank him for that. And mom says, sounds like you already got your wedding vows down. That was so encouraging for me from the mom. She was like, hey, what you saying here? Those are your wedding vows. It was wonderful, y'all. I'm sorry. It was really great. The thing is, here's a little caveat I'm going to spin. I'm hoping the pressures of two parents who are in long-standing marriages, the pressures to make it work, I hope they can kind of be supportive and not be oppressive, if that makes sense. Because sometimes it can be intimidating if you find something, wrong or challenges in the marriage that, dang, we got to make it work, and the parents are pushing you, got to make it work. Just find your own way through it. The song they play is I Saw the World from a Window Seat and Felt the Calm and Felt the Peace. Her parents, the dad says he's happy for them. It seems like they've been together for 14 years and not 3 weeks. And mom says it's wonderful they have found each other. I'm really, really, really liking this. So y'all, let's get to, we got two main events. Lauren and David. His friends Adam and Will are supposed to be showing up, y'all. Okay? But he don't know, he said they on standby. She's like, why they on standby? I said I want to talk. She doesn't understand how this is a thing. He flirts with people at the bar, doesn't he? And you are deflecting, Lauren. You are deflecting. David said flirting is different. David, yes, I agree with you. Flirting is different, but I need to see how you're flirting. But I think he's saying you're flirting, you're not going home with the person. She said she was single the day before the show. Okay, Lauren. Okay. Granted, you are single, but you're preparing to become a fiance. So I'm guessing you didn't believe in the show. That's what I'm getting from you. So he said he was not hooking up the day before coming. She's like, it was not a day before. It was not a week before. His friends are saying that it was a week before the show she was hooking up with this guy. She said, hey, things are adding up. Things are being talked about, and she's not present to defend herself. And his version is different from hers. David's like, hey, how do I know which side is true? She's like, your friends are telling you facts like they're facts, but they're not facts. David's like, hey, the guy is saying y'all were together up to 48 hours before you leaving for the show. That's what the guy is saying. Then Lauren's like, well, you got this information from a friend you didn't think super highly of. Lauren, now you're tearing down the messenger. That does not make it untrue. When you start tearing down that messenger, now I'm looking at you, Lauren. Lauren, what are you trying to hide? Now you're tearing down the messenger? You need to tear down the message. You need to tear down exactly what the image is, not the friend that's trying to be supportive of their friend. Now I'm looking real hard at you, Lauren. I'm looking real hard. David's like, hey, he's just trying to figure things out. Okay? She's like, how does this make me not ready to get married? Lauren, you hooking up with someone like that soon? And you want to get married? Golly. She's like, I'm sorry, y'all. Lauren is getting me really, really mad in this. So he's like, how do you see someone for a couple of months and not have closure? Okay? How do you see them for a couple of months and see them day before you leave and not have closure? Lauren then burst out and tells us the whole deal, y'all. She said the whole time it was casual. The last time they talked about, his other dates, they were not on a date. They were talking about his other dates. It was a friends with benefits that lasted longer than feels good to think about. Okay, so friends with benefits. Okay, we see the parameters. And it lasted longer. Okay, lasted longer than should have been. I don't know what the timeline is for friends with benefits. Y'all can leave it in the comments. I don't know how long it should be, shouldn't be. So she says, how does hooking up for 2 months mean she's not ready for marriage? Lauren, stop being obtuse. She said she's not hiding anything. It was insignificant, but she's not discrediting his feelings. But she keeps sliding, I don't discredit your feelings, but this is insignificant. By saying that, you're discrediting his feelings. Y'all, let's get through this because this is going to be a long live because we got another heat to get to. He said, yeah, we're about to get married and you were with another guy, okay? You were just with another guy before coming here. He's in the bed with her every night and they have barely hooked up. So what David is saying is, you're real free and casual, friends with benefit with someone you met on Hinge, wherever, dating app. You're real quick to hook up with them, but you've met me, emotionally connected with me. You're sleeping in the bed with me, and we ain't barely hooking up. I'll be concerned too, David, because you willing to meet up and hang out and do friends with benefits with a stranger from a dating app, but you've connected emotionally with me and you don't want to be physical with me. Okay. She's like, because you've been sleeping away from me for the past week. He's like, yeah, with good reason. And stand up, David. Thank you. David's like, if he was dating someone, she's like, I was never dating him. Okay, so you weren't dating him, but it's okay for you to share your body with someone you weren't dating, but not share with someone you're engaged to, that you want to be married to. But he's supposed to be good with it. David is supposed to be good with it. Okay. Y'all, we ain't good with it. If a man was doing it, we are going to give the same heat for Lauren doing it. She said, we've never been to each other's houses or places or met each other's friends. 2 months is not a long time. Okay, so where are y'all hooking up? Lauren, now I got more questions. Where are y'all hooking up for the past 2 months, friends with benefits? Where are you collecting your benefit, Lauren? Where the heck? Because now it's getting real dirty to me. You ain't never been to his place? He ain't never been to yours? Where y'all hooking up? That is sounding real friends with benefits sleazy. Real. I'm sorry, maybe I don't know the criteria of friends with benefits. Maybe I don't know. Y'all put it in the chat because that's a question I have. If he has never been to your house, you've never been to his, it's been 2 months y'all been hooking up, where y'all been hooking up? Where, Lauren? Because I'm just trying not to bring my inner candy from the housewives and go the lies. Lauren said the easiest thing, is to say that she wasn't interested, but she did continue to hook up with him. And if they cannot get over this, why are they there? This is blowing up and it's ridiculous. Again, you're downplaying it, Lauren. You're downplaying his feelings, okay? She doesn't know what else to do. He said, he is trying. She's like, well, he has to meet her halfway. He said he's trying, but it is a lot, okay? His sister has mutual connections to this. Now I understand why the sister feels some kind of way. The sister may know the gentleman in question and is questioning this, or she may know more. Lauren said she's never had to defend her character before. Well, now. Defend your character or be held accountable? Which is it, Lauren? You say defend your character, but you're being held accountable for the friends with benefits and the decisions you're making. Lauren said everyone is talking and she's not part of the conversation. Now that, I agree, shouldn't be happening. Everybody needs to come to the table. Not everybody, but the loudest voices in his ear, as you said. He said he knows her pretty darn well, but he is struggling with this. Lauren said he needs to work through this too. What makes you think he is not working through this? I'm not getting this. He is uncomfortable. He is saying he's uncomfortable. He has a right to feel uncomfortable. I would be uncomfortable if it was David doing this. I went into this thinking David was going to be the problem, y'all. I know Lauren had some, but I didn't think the blow up was going to be about her behavior. I thought it was David's behavior. Why do you think he's not working through this? Or do you think working through this means casting it aside and being full on board with you? She said, when can she talk to his friends about it? He said, he's been trying this week. Lauren says she doesn't feel like it. It feels disconnected and they're not getting anywhere. David said he's tempted to walk away. He is. But hey, he's talking about they can still date and not actually marry right away. Good thought. He said his friends came up with this. Why do you need to rush into marriage? Y'all could date and just get to know each other, and then you could work through it. He said he loves her. He is there with her and is trying to work through it. She says she loves him and wants to marry him. Why not date, Lauren? Why the push for marriage? He said he wants this, but he needs time. He loves you. He is affirming his feelings. Why are you pushing that it's marry or nothing? She doesn't want him to stay. She doesn't want him to leave. He said he's not comfortable being there. So it's like, how do you work on this? She doesn't want him to leave because it feels like an abandonment to her. But he said he's not comfortable being there trying to work through this. He needs some space. Now, David, I hope you really need space to work through this. And I hope you're not just running away. Because you did tell us before you a run on, you a track star. But all this, y'all, I'm seeing is leaving a foothold for Molly to step on in. Now, they play two songs while they're interacting. One is, I Know This to Be True. And the other one is, I Love You, I'm Sorry. Now, y'all, the last little B.O.B. that they drop on us is Sarah and Ben. She says she can't imagine life without him, but then she started talking about this TikTok thing that happened. Y'all, I'm sorry, I don't have TikTok, not having TikTok. But she said, hey, somebody's on TikTok saying they're tired of reality shows celebrating T-men and how they treat women terribly. He said he doesn't want to give this person any control, any time, so he just blocked her. He said it was over 4 years ago. So Sarah's like, this stuff is made up? It's like she's overreacting. It was a Tinder. They never hooked up. You can't remember what happened. So if you can't remember what happened, Ben, how do you know y'all didn't hook up? But I understand you may know your body count. Okay? I'm just questioning. So she's like, she doesn't like that he doesn't remember. And how doesn't he remember? Sarah, I'm loving this because usually we get in Love is Blind that the woman tosses it under the rug and let it go. I'm loving this, Sarah. I'm loving it. He said maybe one date they met at the bars for a few weekends and then he ghosted her. He can't remember why he ghosted her. So Sarah asked exactly what we all would ask. I'm loving it, Sarah. She's like, why is she crying all over TikTok if it's just ghosting 4 years ago? She's like, did you go to her house? He said, yes, but no hookup. It's like, Ben is like, maybe a DM, maybe there's one, maybe over within the 4 years ago, but it's been years. She's like, well, what kind of message would it been? He said he never initiated reaching out to her. How do you remember, Ben? It's been 4 years. You said he didn't remember. So Sarah said, this is the worst part, okay? That he doesn't remember. But she's not going to dismiss the girl and what she said. Sarah, exactly. We need to get to the bottom of this and we gonna get married. Ben said it was a small amount of time. You don't remember, Ben. You don't remember. But he loves Sarah and he feels he wants to marry her. She says, yeah, but I don't want to dismiss this girl. I understand people evolve. You may not be the same person you were 4 years ago. But hey, if more comes out, she won't be able to trust him. So he needs to tell her everything. The song they play is There Something More? Yes, Sarah. Sarah, hold him accountable. This woman is coming out. She's saying something, validate the girl's feelings. Yes, I want to hear from you. Tell me everything because something comes out and this girl will have receipts. So I need you to get that memory together, Ben, and tell Sarah everything, or she can't trust you. So, y'all, that is the end of the episode. What do y'all think? I'm sorry for the long live, but there's a lot we had to go through with David and Lauren, and we have to go through with Sarah and Ben, but we also have to highlight how wonderful it's going for Daniel and Taylor. How wonderful it seems to be going for Devin and Virginia. Y'all, I'll see y'all next week for the next set of episodes, and I hope you'll join me on the next one. Thank you for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to the channel.